I'm in my grandparents' old house. I'm out here fixing it up. As I'm walking around here in this old house, I mean, it highlights the fact that our enemy is supernatural. It highlights the fact that there is something spiritual around us in this world. As in this house, there's the doors move, open and close by themselves. And everybody's so busy fighting amongst themselves, worried about all this petty stuff, and nobody even realizes what's coming. Nobody's prepared to face what's coming. Man, I just gotta go check this, man. You know what I'm talking about? What makes them doors slam like that, man? In a house that's empty. Jeremiah, chapter 1. We're gonna go through Jeremiah. We're gonna go through chapter 1. I want to try to cover the whole book, because the whole book, when you put it from chapter 1 all the way to the end, it tells a main story. The words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah. A book of prophecy. And the prophets, the book of Jeremiah, a lot of what's in that book from chapter 1 to the end is still yet future. If you pay attention to how it's written. Of the priests that were in Anathoth, in the land of Benjamin. Not only telling them in that day what was going to happen with King Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, king of confusion, but what's going to happen in our future with the king of confusion coming back. Hilkiah means Yah is my portion. Anathoth is answer to prayer. You want to pay attention to the meanings of these words. Benjamin, son of the right hand. Jeremiah was a priest. Not like these old religious priests that we have running around in the world talking about people need to listen to them. No, these priests that we talking about listen to Yah in his word. You can hear walking and moving when nothing's in here. You get that static electricity charge just being in here in certain places. But I'm in here by myself doing this video. 2. To whom the word of the Lord came in the days of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, to the one that the creator of this world called to get this done. Josiah is who Yah heals. Kings of Judah. Pay attention to where we at geographically. 3. It came also in the days of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah. I have a full understanding of who the enemy is. You know, we don't war against flesh and blood in this world. Unto the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, unto the carrying away. All around us we can see that humans attack humans in all kinds of different ways. But that's not our enemy. You know, our enemy is supernatural. Of Jerusalem, captive in the 5th month. 4. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, 5 months. It mentions the 5 months in Revelation. The word of the Lord is what comes to us, comes to me, comes to you. Don't think you have to go to some religious building or some religious person to hear the word of the Lord, to understand the words of the Lord. This is it. Right here. If we read and pay attention to this, then the word of the Lord will come to us because we're paying attention to it. Let's stop fighting against each other and start paying attention to the supernatural on what's going on in this next realm around us, because that's where the true enemy is coming from. 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Don't just look at this like the creator of this world is talking to Jeremiah here. This is talking to all of us on this world who pay attention even a little bit. We have this feeling in us that there's something more to this life than all of religion and politics. There's something more in this world for us to accomplish while we're here. And the creator of this world doesn't need some religious institution, religious building to perform his works. This is the creator's words to you, to me. Before you was ever even in your mother's womb, he knew you. Before you were ever born, he sanctified you. He set you apart. This is talking about the world before this physical world. We were there with him. That's where we come from. Okay, we didn't just all of a sudden appear into existence in our mother's womb. We existed before we was in our mother's womb. We were placed in the womb to enter into this world, this flesh life that we're in right now, for a purpose, for a reason. And everything that's around us, distracting us from that purpose, is just that. It's a distraction. Every time we turn around, every time you try to start getting something done, these things get in your way and stop you from getting where you need to be in this life, to become who you're supposed to be, okay? He ordained you a prophet to the nation, even if you don't even know it yet. You might just feel it. You have a greater purpose out here in this world. Find that purpose.
6. Then said I, Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child.
Jeremiah was probably around 20, 21 years old. He wasn't a kid. Okay, he was a young man. He said he was a youth. He felt inexperienced. He felt like he didn't have enough experience to do what God was wanting him to do. I mean, that's all of us, man. Who is experienced enough to do this? But what they tell you in these buildings, you need 5 years of college to go through Bible theology schools before you can even teach what one verse of the Bible says. Come on, man. Teachings of men, man. They're indoctrinating people in them places, bruh. We all inexperienced. He don't call the experience.
7. But the Lord said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak.
Jeremiah was inexperienced. But what he told Jeremiah, don't worry about it. Don't worry that you feel inexperienced. You don't have enough experience in God's word. You don't have enough experience talking to people about the Creator, about creation itself. You don't need the experience. Why? Why don't we need the experience? This is what he tells Jeremiah. This is what he's telling us. You shall go to all to whom I send you, because of the one who's sending us. We don't have to worry about being experienced, because when we start to really focus in on the Creator, on God himself, the one who created this world, his spirit will guide us in everything we need to accomplish to get what he wants us to get.
8. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord.
He tells them not to be afraid of their faces. Whose faces is he talking about to Jeremiah? Who's coming? In this history that we're reading right here, who's coming? The enemy. Don't be afraid of their faces. This is the enemy that is on its way. Right here in Jeremiah in chapter 1, he's telling them King Nebuchadnezzar is coming. The king of Babylon is on his way. Don't be afraid of their faces when he gets here with his army. And that's true for us today. The king of confusion is on his way. He will be showing up on this world with his supernatural army. And this is the command right here for us all. Don't be afraid of their faces. Don't be afraid of the supernatural realm around us. Don't be afraid of the enemy who's on his way. Why don't we need to be afraid? Because he is with us.
9. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth.
Whose words? You need to run to some college. You need to run to some church and find out what the pastor wants you to say. You need to find out what these institutions want you to say. These different denominations around here, what they want you to say. That's what it tells you need to know. No, he didn't put their words in your mouth. He put his words in your mouth. These words right here. Just read it and pay attention to it, man. But we're going to get into this. We're going to get into Jeremiah. I want this to be the setting as I clean this house up. I want the setting of Jeremiah to be in this home, and just highlighting the fact that there's a supernatural entity in this home. I can feel it, and I have to deal with it, and I will deal with it.
10. See, I have this day set thee over the nation and over the kingdom, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
He set us over the nation, plural, over all the nations. The children of Yah will cover this world. We will be an influence in this world. Not the religious hypocrites running around judging everybody and their mama. Real children who pay attention to what the Creator's doing down here. The ones with eyes to see and ears to hear. Why he's setting inexperienced people up? He's rooting out and pulling down false teachings and traditions of men. Filled in the pulpits of America. Lining up the pockets of pastors all over this country. He's rooting it out and he's pulling it down. How? By enlightening the people who are inexperienced to do the job. Because the ones in the position with the experience to do the job is not doing the job correctly. To destroy and throw down. He's destroying the things which don't belong. All up in our Father's house, making it into a marketplace all over again. Just look around. That's all they're doing in these church buildings today, man. And then they want to point fingers at us who are inexperienced, who don't know nothing about religion, don't go to them institutions, but yet we have a strong relationship with the Lord and they don't understand it. And they're going to tell you can't have a relationship with the Lord unless you have these pastors and preachers and teachers over you, teaching you what you need to know out this book. Come on, man. So he's rooting it out, he's destroying it, he's throwing it down, then he's building and planting it. Why? Because he's going to destroy and root out all of the nonsense out there in this world, man. All of the confusion and chaos out here in this religious mess. He's going to root it all out. He's going to destroy it, and he's going to build it up properly. He's going to build it up and plant it properly.
11. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. 12. Then saith the Lord unto me, Thou hast well seen, for I will hasten my word to perform it.
He's ready to perform his word through us, through me, through you. I ain't talking about being all religious. I'm talking about focusing in on who the real enemy of this world is. Not the people around us, not the humans around us. We have a supernatural enemy, a spiritual army, destroying households, destroying families, the drugs, the adultery, the broken families. Just look around you, man. That's all a spiritual war, bruh. And most of us lose the fight. And we're called to stand up against it. Talk to, be there for our fellow brothers and sisters. This is what it's all about. If we pay attention, it's the whole reason we're here. The almond tree blooms before all the other trees. We're waking up early. We're waking up before the rest wake up. Spiritually, we're waking up. We're seeing what is really going on around us. We're recognizing the true enemy. And we're telling our brothers and sisters about it. I thought I heard some footsteps. Tell him, man, that's why I bring my gun, man. I mean, and I'm far away from anybody. There's nobody around here. The closest person to me is almost a half a mile away. I'm in the middle of a bunch of cane fields. I have to have my gun with because sometimes I just feel like somebody's in the house. It sounds like somebody talking. It sounds like somebody walking. The doors are opening and closing. I think somebody's in the house. It's my go-to battle in an empty house kit. Just so you ready for everything, you know what I mean? Keys in case you gotta shoot out quick, gun in case you gotta shoot out quick, 2 Bibles, and some cleaning supplies. I'm ready. I mean, you have to acknowledge that flesh and blood can become an enemy though. And you have to be ready both physically and spiritually in this world. I mean, I'm ready to roll. You can get it any way you want it for whoever decides to be enemy number 1.
13. And the word of the Lord came unto me the second time, saying, What seest thou? And I said, I see a seething pot, and the face thereof is toward the north.
What you see, Jeremiah?
Then the Lord said unto me, Out of the north an evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land.
And evil is breaking forth from the north on all the inhabitants of the land, on all of the people of this world. Look around, man. Pay attention to this world. Pay attention to Jerusalem. Pay attention to the supernatural. This boiling cauldron is interesting because what it is you take all of the disgusting things and you just throw it in this big iron pot, all this disgusting stuff, and look around you and tell me if that junk ain't disgusting. So what's going on? Putting it all in this boiling cauldron, just boiling it all up. And it's just all boiling up to this point of this evil calamity breaking out on this world, because all around us, all this whole world is the boiling cauldron. All this nasty junk is filling it.
15. For lo, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north, saith the Lord, and they shall come, and they shall set everyone his throne at the entering of the gates of Jerusalem, and against all the walls thereof round about, and against all the cities of Judah.
In history, this is Nebuchadnezzar. He's coming from the north. Where's the king of confusion going? Jerusalem. This ain't just talking about Jerusalem way back in the day. This is talking about Jerusalem now. When that supernatural army gets here, they're gonna be in Jerusalem. What's the reason for all this? What's the reason for all this crazy junk going on?
16. And I will utter my judgments against them, touching all their wickedness, who have forsaken me, and have burned incense unto other gods, and worship the works of their own hands.
It's a judgment against this world. Because look around it, man, the world is filthy. This is the reason. Because the people, the human beings in this world have turned their back on their creator. And I ain't talking about religion. I'm talking about the creator of this world. He looks down on this world and all the children have forsaken him. There's evil all over the world, disgusting. The world is full of confusion, full of evil. Why is the world full of confusion and evil? Because we have forsaken our creator. Not the church, not the building, not the pastor. We have forsaken our creator. We burn incense to other gods and worship the works of our own hands. Selfishness, bruh. We worship our own hands. We worship the things we made with our own hands while the natural things around us are being destroyed. We don't worship the creator anymore. And we wonder why we run into problems in this world. You can hear these doors squeaking closed. I mean, all these doors stay wide open. I always be thinking somebody's in here. Cause I hear whispering.
17. Thou therefore gird up thy loins, and arise, and speak unto them all that I command thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them. And this is where it says, prepare yourself. Gird up your loins means get ready to fight, bruh. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna be raptured up out of here. You ain't just gonna sit back and fly away. Gird up your loins, Jeremiah. He didn't tell Jeremiah he's taking him out of what's coming. He told him get prepared for what's coming. Gird up your loins, get ready to fight, homeboy. Arise, stand up. Don't put your head down, stand up. Speak to them. Speak to them on what I command you. What he commands us to speak is in here in this word. Do not be dismayed. Don't be confused. Don't be afraid before them. They coming. Don't be afraid of it. Don't fear it. Or we're gonna be confused in front of them. There's the attic up there. The only place I didn't go in yet. My little girl come over there. Daddy, can we go explore the attic? I'm like, no. You never seen The Grudge? Oh man, y'all ain't never seen The Grudge? I ain't going in that attic, man. Tripping. 18. For behold, I have made thee this day a defense city, and an iron pillar, and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. You and me, inexperienced as all get out. The creator of this world is going to come down here in spirit and make you a fortified city in an iron pillar. Princes and priests. We are inexperienced. We're going to be running around here following after the creator of this world, and we're going to be against the princes, the governments, the presidents, political. And we're going to be against the priests, the pastors, the pulpits, this false religion running around all over the world teaching nonsense. We're going to be against them. 19. And they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee. For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to deliver thee. Because I am with you, the great I am, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the creator of this world, the creator of our soul. He's with us to deliver us from tribulation, not out of tribulation. And that's the main thing. That's the main thing about all of it. Stand up, tighten up your belt, and just get ready to fight. And pay attention to what's down in your soul. Pay attention to what you feel down in your spirit. And I ain't talking about being religious, running around on the world telling everybody how horrible they are and how good you got it because the Lord revealed something to you. And that don't make us special. And I just want to say, God bless y'all, man.